Alperen Sengun and the Houston Rockets beat Victor Wembanyama and the Spurs 93-82. That is officially 10 wins in a row at home. Let's talk about it. What is going on, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Summit State of Mind, presented to you by the Apollo Podcast Network. In this episode, we're going to discuss Rockets versus Spurs review, the 10-game home win streak overview, and we're going to discuss our dog of the quarter. Why? Because we're 20 games officially into the season. I'm joined once again by the GM, Justin, and of course, the big dog, DJ. And if you look over, I don't know how we're going to be windowed. That's going to be in the post-editing stage. To my left or to my right, we have another special guest here in studio, bringing back an old fan favorite, Will, a.k.a. Bias Houston. What's going on, Will? Welcome back. Little round of applause one time to the guest. Back at the show. Back at the
Hollywood
show.
Will. Hollywood Will.
Yeah, Hollywood Will.
Hollywood. Appreciate you for having me back. I had to. This is my second time. I had to beg to come back. So I guess I don't know.
Yeah, he do it publicly.
I guess I didn't do a good job last time.
No, you did a great job. It makes you feel better. We don't have a lot of guests on.
It's okay.
So,
it's all good, man. Happy to be back.
We got Will back on right now. Boys, let's get right into it right now. We're here for one reason only. This is why we've been able to garner more subscribers than ever. Let's talk about the Houston Rockets. Let's talk about some winning basketball right now. Let's talk about a winning culture. Let's talk about Rockets versus Spurs. The Houston Rockets did defeat the San Antonio Spurs 93-82. Oh, before we do that, let me go ahead and drop a question one time. Who is your dog of the quarter, a.k.a. who's your MVP of the quarter of the way through the season? Drop a comment right now on YouTube. We want to hear what each and every one of y'all think. Who is officially your MVP, a.k.a. dog of the quarter of the way through the season? Is it Alperen Sengun? Is it Ime Udoka? Is it a Fred VanVleet? Is it Dylan Brooks? Drop your comment right now below. We want to know. Boys, Rockets versus Spurs. Rockets beat the Spurs at home 93-82. Expand the win streak to 10 games. Sengun versus Wemby.
We don't talk about
Jabari versus Wemby. Let me hand it over first to our guest over here. Will, look, 10-game win streak officially now is at home. But I want to discuss right now the Rockets versus Spurs game, 93-82. One of the ugliest games, in my opinion, of the entire season.
The ugliest.
Okay, we'll go with the ugliest.
Uglier than in the Magic game? Yeah.
Yeah.
Never mind. You know what I'm saying? Never mind.
All right,
Go
well,
ahead.
give me your opinion. What was your overall viewing, watching that 93-82 win? Still a win, but like you said, worst win of the season. Why is that?
Mainly because it was the Spurs. Like, no disrespect. Oh, no, I do mean disrespect.
Say it.
I do.
man.
Say it with the chest.
I take it like I do
business,
mean
man.
disrespect, but like it was they were on a 16-game losing streak, which unfortunately was their only one win was against us. But they were on a slide. They were playing bad basketball. And we're a team that's been we talked about. We was up until this point a 9-game winning streak. We've been killing it. We got our first win on the road. It's a big one against the Denver Nuggets. We beat them 3 out of 4 times this season. That's the reigning champion. So you come back home, you just took care of business on the road against the Denver Nuggets. Like the team that's on a 16-game slide, like y'all should take care of them. Like it should be nothing. And so when we came home, and you could tell from the jump that something was a little off. They wasn't really coming out with the energy that they would normally come out with. Like they missed the first couple of shots. Matter of fact, I think the Spurs took like a 5-7-0 lead at the beginning, something like that. But like you could kind of, I was like, all right, I see we're going to have to fight for this one. Like this is one that we were going to have to, we should have blew them out.
Yeah,
we're going to have to fight for it. So it was bad. It was a game that I think neither team wanted to win. I think that
who wanted to lose more?
Yeah, I think they just wanted to lose more than we did, and so that resulted in it. It was bad all the way around. The only like positive, I'll say 2 positives. I thought Jeff Green was really good. He's been
all season.
He's been a phenomenal stand. He was somebody who I think a lot of us, at least myself, I didn't think he was going to play as much as he has to start the season, and he's been the de facto backup center, and he's been he's been one of our best players this whole season. So can't complain about him. And then Tari Eason, he's coming back. He wasn't here for the first time we played the Spurs. He was out with injury. But yeah, he's back now, and he was, I think, was it 18, 14, something like that.
Yeah.
Big time stat line. I think he had I got it.
I think it was like 16.
18 points, 14 rebounds.
14 rebounds,
2 steals.
Nasty.
8 of 16 from the
Nasty.
field.
I think he was like 2 of 5 from 3, something like that. Yeah. So he was, in my opinion, we would have lost if it wasn't for Tari Eason. So outside of Jeff Green, Tari Eason, I don't think there's really too much positive to talk about.
Yeah.
Did you have Uncle Jeff Green as a sixth man on your bingo card this year? He's one of the first off the bench.
Yeah.
I didn't even have Jeff Green getting minutes this year like this.
No, we
bro.
all felt that.
Or
way.
maybe like I think I said before the season that the only time he'll get minutes is if someone goes down. He's the, like I said, he's the break glass against in case of emergency. That's why you bring him in. Okay. DJ, how you doing, buddy? How you doing,
Y'all
Big Dog?
suck, man.
Big Dog, how you doing?
Y'all suck,
All right,
man.
Big Dog.
That first win was a fluke, man.
Big Dog, I'm gonna give it to you right
100%.
here. Say hi. Tell the people how you feel. You've been wanting to talk about this. I know you have.
I told y'all, hey, ugly win, but a win's a win. We
Eyes
already
to the
know,
camera.
man. Tari Eason, hey, we got them black SUVs outside, bro. We was waiting for y'all, man. That's all I'm gonna say. Y'all suck. Y'all suck. Clip it. I don't care. Y'all suck. 17 straight. We're gonna be better than the Rock.
Wait, who's the guy that said? Who's the on
It's like
Twitter
Spurs
account?
culture. Or
Spurs
something?
culture?
Spurs
Yeah.
culture? Is it him? Yeah.
Run it back.
What did he say, Will? What did he say?
He said something about they were gonna snap their winning streak against us.
It was something like
It was all gonna be worth it, or something
yeah,
like
it's
that.
gonna be
right?
worth the wait. And it was a video. Y'all know the Fast and Furious movie with the Rock. Keep waiting.
It was something like that.
Yes, keep waiting. Keep waiting. Yeah, you thought. Nah, but yeah, just piggyback on what Will said. It was ugly game. Again, I don't think anybody had that on their bingo card that night. That
Hell
was,
no.
That and I'm not gonna speak about Mr. Ramonde because I made a pact to myself like until he plays better or to his standards. I'm not talking about Ramonde, man. But
I know you literally. Yeah, I remember you tweeted about that too. I saw that.
Yeah, not doing it. But I'm protecting my peace. But yeah, ugly game. Sengun was missing shots too. Shots that he usually makes.
Dog. He actually looked a little shook.
He looked scared. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Against
Yeah.
Wemby.
I mean, that was a lot of the guys.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of the guys felt like they couldn't really drive into the paint because once Wemby was in there, a lot of these guys kind of felt like they were a little, I wouldn't say shaky, but there was a little fear in their eyes. I mean, just go at him. You saw that one possession where Jabari basically sunned him.
Little Bodum.
It was gross.
And like
Lil
Jeff,
Brodum one
Jeff
time.
Green is 39. What, 39, almost touching 40.
Yeah.
And he going at Wemby, who's
And
7'4".
one.
See, that Jeff Green has that YMCA strength. You know what I'm saying? Like you at the gym,
LA Fitness.
and the young boys are playing, and homeboy who's nearly 40 years old is posting up the young man, and the young man cannot stop you. That is Jeff Green, and he is doing that in the league still.
Yeah.
You know what? But I mean, overall, like yesterday's game, it felt like it was 2005. Jeff Van Gundy was coaching the Houston Rockets, and Tracy McGrady and Yao Ming accounted for 75% of the Rockets' points. The defense was there. I'm gonna tell you that the defense was there. That's one of the solid things that we always talk about moving forward every time. Your shooting can be off, but your defense never has an off night. It's either you bring it or you don't. And last night the Rockets did. It could have been better, obviously, offensively. Like you stated, Jalen, Alp, Jabari.
struggled.
Nobody could make shots.
Dylan Brooks only made like one shot.
like
man.
just one of 12.
It was
Yeah.
disgusting.
It was disgusting.
We shot
Sengun
38%.
only had 50% from the field. He's the only starter that hit 50%.
And I'm willing to bet a lot of that came in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he did.
yeah. I mean, like we all saw that the team. You could say maybe they were, exhausted from the Denver game, but I mean, is that really an excuse?
Nah, he
It's
can't
two.
use
That
that
was like
excuse.
what 2 nights off,
Yeah,
and
2
then
nights
Monday.
off and you're back in your
like
bed.
that. That was just something
excuse.
that you can't really excuse. But the Rockets, what we've always done ever since, like forever, ever since I was born, is the Rockets play down to their competition. The Spurs came in with a 16-game losing streak. The Rockets felt like they could just walk into the gym, hoop, and call it a night. That is not what happened. They were humbled slightly in terms of their own effort offensively. Wemby, that nasty dunk on Alp, poor
Let's
guy.
talk about it.
We
Yeah,
don't
let's
talk
speak
about
on
it.
it.
yeah, no. Brush on it, move on. I actually wasn't trying to talk about it on the
I
show.
don't even know what dunk.
Y'all say what happened?
What happened?
all I'm saying
Yeah, what dunk?
is that at the end of the day, despite how ugly the win was, it counts one thing on the standings, and that is a W. Whether it's ugly or not, 11-9, after 20 games, we're on a playoff pace, baby.
We're
You know what I'm saying?
7 seed?
We're the
Seven
7th
seed,
seed right
seventh
now,
seed.
so we'd get the home. If playoffs start, I love that. Playoffs started today.
I think
In
it
5
was-
games of the season, I always said playoffs started today. hey, we have enough time. It's a quarter now. We're quarter of the way through the season. So if 20 games,
Yeah.
playoffs started today. You're in the play-in and you're at home.
Yeah. Take care of business.
Take care of business
That's
in advance,
right.
which we've been doing at 10-1. The thing that stood
Yeah, that's
out
a
for me
good point.
most from the from like from this game of Wemby that I noticed, and I know people are gonna dog me for this. I'm just bringing up a scenario just from the past. James Harden, when he would drive into the defender, he would always body him to get that necessary space to get a layup. Jabari did it. Jeff Green did it. I think we need to be. I think they should have done more of that. I think they should have gone to
Absolutely.
the teeth of Wembanyama and like create that separation. Because once you bump him off, like he can't do anything. Like you notice that he was pretty much disregarded. He doesn't have like a counter defensive move.
Yeah.
He's still learning that. So once you get that one bump, he's just like, oh, and then like he can't get the block off.
I think like I'm just the only time I'm giving these boys props. The only time like you can bump Wemby, it's like the amazing thing about him is like his recovery time is just it's because of his wingspan.
Yeah,
it's just
like,
his wingspan.
He's
right?
elastic, bro.
Like,
let's be real.
I remember one possession where I think it was Tari or Jabari. They probably got blocked, and Tari got the ball, and he tried to dunk it.
It was Tari.
Yeah, it was Tari.
I know what you're talking about.
And I admire Tari for going for it,
Just
man.
out.
But Tari like tried to go for like a reverse dunk, whatever.
Yeah.
And he got blocked. I was like, man, you can't do nothing about that. That's the amazing thing about Wemby. You can like, and I think that's what we were worried about. You can bump him all you want. You can like body him all you want, but it'd be that. Like I don't want to say 9 times 10. I'm gonna say like 6, 7 times out of 10.
But I mean, do you think like in terms of like physicality, that's a mentality issue as well? Playing under Silas, this team wasn't very physical.
Yeah.
A lot of the young guys that are getting minutes now, if you notice, a lot of the guys that are older and veterans like Dylan Brooks, Fred VanVleet, even Jeff Green, are going in physically and applying and using their bodies in the paint. Jabari's doing it. He's not doing it as often. Alp has to. You know, he's the guy in the paint. He's the one that kind of initiates the offense. Yeah. Bodies are always on him, so he's dealing with it, and he's learning as he goes. But it's the guys like, you know, like Jalen, Tari, who are learning to kind of adjust and use their bodies in a physical manner to use it as an advantage on the offensive end. And that's what we're starting to see. We're starting to get that mold. But like Kenny stated, using it against Wemby, and that's something that we're kind of have to kind of learn and initially put into these guys' heads, and that's what we're kind of seeing with Ime. But once they can do that, like these guys build that strength and that confidence in there, they can get anybody. Honestly, they all have that type of offensive game where they can utilize it. It's just a matter of just applying it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, making it work for yourself.
Yeah,
I agree. I think they're gonna, as we see these games kind of progress, you're kind of seeing them kind of shift. Everything is kind of shifting. Like, I think if a game like this happened in games 1 or 2 of the season, like the time we lost the Spurs away, we probably might have lost.
We won that game,
Yeah.
bro.
No, we should have won that game.
The
Thank
box.
you.
I mean, it's not gonna show up as a win on the record, and you can't like. There's no such thing as a moral
Freaking
victory,
win, bro.
We had that one in the bag.
I mean, it was there. It should have been.
I'm not gonna lie. After that dunk that Sengun had as Zach Collins, I thought, okay, yeah, we gonna come back and
we
beat. I was like, yeah, we about to fucking
We
end
had so
this.
many opportunities to win
so
that
many.
game, and we
We
just.
did.
Oh yeah.
No, we didn't. But that's why it's not game 2. It's game 20.
That was the second.
Yeah,
That was
second.
second. That was
Yeah.
second. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. It wasn't game 2. It was game 20, and so
just-
that's why that goes to show just that 18 game growth. Hello, computer. That 18 game growth between the guys on how like Ime culture is kind of like, you know, like DJ said. Shouts to DJ. Slap some Ime on it. You know, that's what
I didn't really first say that, but
you didn't first say.
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
You
I
said
get
it
what
on
you're
air
saying.
here.
I said on here.
So
Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah.
give you your credit until you find out who said it first. You let me know.
I think it was
Who said it first?
Was it Isaiah?
It was Isaiah because y'all was during the summer. Yeah, y'all.
Okay,
was.
we'll give him his
Yeah,
credit.
Isaiah.
Shouts to Isaiah. Okay, if you ever listen
I
to
gotta
the
get
show,
him on
I don't know
the
if he listens,
GC
but if he does
supremacy.
listen, all right,
Love
let's
you,
go ahead
boy.
and move on, boys. Let's go ahead and talk about the 10-game win streak. Okay, look, when you think about it in terms of eras and what the Rockets have had. Yeah, the 65-win Rockets. We've won 2 championships. I'm wearing one of them on my shirt right now, the 94 champions. 10-game home win streaks are not easy to come by. You're at the start of phase 2. I don't think a lot of us on our bingo cards had 20 games into the season, them not just at 500, but over 500 at 11-9. The Rockets overall are 10-1, 10-game win streak. During the win streak, they've averaged 111.5 points per game, a staggering 47% from the field, 39% from 3, and a whopping plus 15 in the plus-minus category.
I wonder how much of that is skewed from yesterday too. Like how much?
Oh, yeah. Because that was added, too. Yeah. Well, that is the most up-to-date one, so I wonder. That's a good point.
Because we dominated a lot of teams at home prior to
We did.
yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah, so, like, even then, like, I wonder how much of that percentage probably got down. But, like, 46.7% So it was like sitting at 46.6, almost 47. So my guess was probably at like 48, 49,
47, maybe.
like close to 50.
Yeah.
Will, the 10-game win streak. Look, you watch. If anyone who does not know Will on the show, he watches this Rockets team religiously, almost as probably as religiously, maybe even more as us. Will, right now, your opinion, 10-game win streak. What have been like your thoughts overall of it? Some great things that you've seen. Like, give me the positives. Tell me what you've seen from this 10-game win streak.
First, like, it's not like we're like, it's a fluke. We're not just beating. Like, I wish we was playing against the Hornets and the Pistons and the Wizards every game, but like we've had a pretty tough start to the season.
Yeah,
like
our
our
seventh strongest.
I'll say our
start.
schedule. We played
like
like so we played the Nuggets 4 times already, beat them 3 times.
Yeah, say it. Keep saying it. I need everyone to understand that.
Beat them 3
Defending
times.
champs, by the way.
And we beat them on their home. I know we're talking about our home games. We beat them on the road, and that's something I think they said like that hasn't been done with Jokic, MPJ, Jamal,
Murray.
and Gordon. All like I think it hasn't been done in like 2-3 years. So
that's crazy.
We pulled off something that isn't too common, but whatever. We played the Nuggets. We played the Lakers a bunch. We played. I know we played the Clippers. I think we played them on the road though. We played the Clippers. But yeah, we played some really like some competition at home. I know that some of them have been like we played the Nuggets without Jamal Murray one time, and I know we played the Kings without De'Aaron Fox. But like those are still good teams. Those are still competitive teams. And when you look at where we were last year, we were the team you beat up on, right? Like we were the Spurs.
We were
Like,
the brothers.
We were the Spurs.
Yeah, we were the Pistons.
We were the Pistons.
We were the
Pistons
team
all.
where it was like when you came, it didn't matter if you came to our home
gotta
or we
win.
went to your home. It was like you're this is the game where you rest your star because you can beat us without it. So like even though we necessarily didn't have like we wasn't beating, although we like I said we beat the Nuggets at full strength, but even though like we were like I said we got some games where some stars from the post team might have been out. Coming from where we came from, where like we were the team that you would beat up on. To me, a win is a win, and just any type of like momentum in that positive direction is good for this team and good for the the outlook of the season. I've been saying it since the summer. I think we're going to make the play-in tournament. I think that we're very much on pace to do that right now. So I love what I'm seeing. You talked about it a lot, like the biggest thing that this team has done at a really good level, because our offense is it's a work in progress. I'm not going to act like it's bad, but like there's some highs, there's some lows. We're at the point now where like if Sengun has a bad game, we're probably going to struggle offensively. But the reason we're able to even we're on the road too. I know we're talking about home, but like even on the road, we've only been blown out, I believe, twice this season. Yeah, it was the Magic and the Lakers last Saturday, I believe.
No, because we lost that one by like 11.
The Lakers?
Yeah, it wasn't bad, but
I think wasn't that the second biggest point differential this season?
I think so. It had to be.
If it's not the second biggest, it's the like third, something like I don't know. But the point I'm trying to make is like we don't get blown out. Outside of literally the Magic in that game against we don't get blown out, and the reason for that is because our defense has been really, really good, and so that's why you get games like yesterday where like even though it was a slugfest and it was terrible offensively, like we contained them to. It was like 86 points.
It was 82.
82.
Wow.
And like, bro,
it's so good for our defense.
In 2023, 2024, holding an NBA team to under 90 points is crazy. So
under 90, under 85.
I'm saying even if you're a bad team, like we were bad last year, we could put up 100 points. So
all right, DJ, over to you now. Look, 10-game win streak. It's nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah.
You've been the hype guy from day one. They call you the big dog on the summit for a reason. 10-game win streak. How are we feeling about that? Yeah, I'm sorry.
Wear that name with pride.
Wear that name with pride, even though you don't even like Roman Reigns. That's fine. We're still the big dog. That was his original nickname. But go ahead, talk about it. 10-game win streak. How you feeling?
I'm not gonna lie. I did think that we was gonna lose some home games, but it's cool. I'm glad they proven me wrong. I love the grittiness that I've seen from the team as well. Not gonna lie. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Are you ready? Are you clapping it? Oh, should we all clap?
Yeah, like
Are we all
my
clapping?
bad.
Okay,
That was a weird clap. I'm
Rockets,
sorry.
go Rockets.
That's a weird clap. I mean, like you said, the 20 games, nobody expected us to be over 500. I expect us to be at least 10-10 or maybe like 9-11. But it's amazing. It's amazing. I think I don't even know. Yeah. It has me so speechless because like
Right.
we had, like you said, we haven't seen this in so long.
Yeah.
No.
We didn't have any expectations.
Yeah, and
Yes.
Our expectations were not there.
Yeah, but yeah, we facing like these playoff teams. Then you got like
Right.
the teams that are like that
Yeah.
are good right now. Like, because there was a lot of people saying, "Oh, we're only winning because of injuries." Well, buddy, we just went into Denver, smacked them around, low
Yeah.
key. Hey,
Yeah.
so yeah, hey, when you beat the defending champs twice on your floor, and then you go to their place and beat them once, man. Hey, I don't want to hear none of the injury talk or hey, y'all are getting lucky. This is not sustainable. This is, man, I don't know. Do y'all see this like record, or do you see this home streak being like extended? Like, do y'all see it keep
Well,
going?
yeah. I'm actually gonna.
Well,
I
I mean,
wanted to.
We play the Grizzlies
tomorrow.
twice.
We
Yeah.
play the
tomorrow.
Grizzlies, and then like I think after that,
Then
like
we got a
Mavs.
date with the Buck. No. Sorry, that's an away game.
Yeah, so that's
Then we got the Hawks back at home, so it
Yeah.
could keep going.
I think we might finish like
yeah.
we might. It's a good
We
possibility.
can finish the month of
Could
December
you, no,
with
could you
one
imagine
home
if
loss.
we're 41-41 at the end of the season, and we lose like 2 games at home, but like the away games like is just terrible.
I was gonna say
let's continue.
The one game we have lost at home. It was that
Golden State.
that
Golden
Warriors
State
game.
Warriors
Golden
game.
State.
And
Yeah.
like
Steph
we
won
were
stuff.
there with him until Steph became Steph.
Yes.
And like
and
that's how-
that's not a normal
yeah,
occurrence.
yeah. Like
you know?
he had to look like
never
the
go
best
full
player
Steph.
in the
Yeah.
world to beat us
Yeah.
that day.
Yeah,
so.
because he had to go stupid.
Yeah, I mean,
like if
literally
to
came
beat
out-
us.
Yeah, to
full,
beat us.
like,
Came out of
full
his
anomaly.
injury. Yeah, he was injured.
Because I know, like, back then when we played them, like, right, we would be in the game,
that
but
guy.
it would be, like, separated until, like, when that fourth quarter hit. Like,
Yeah.
right when that fourth
Yeah.
quarter is over, we knew, like, okay, yeah, Steph about to go stupid. Nah, it took, like, Steph probably, like, 3 quarters and, like, maybe, like, 7 minutes, maybe 6 minutes to get in that Steph mode to beat us. Yeah.
He went full like Dragon Ball Z, like he went into
Yeah.
the hyperbolic time chamber.
I ain't never
like
seen
he
nothing
was
like that.
chilling,
Yep.
and then he was injured, and he was like, you know what? I'm gonna come out for one night. I'm gonna come out for one night and smack my old rivals. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
GM, over to you.
Yeah, I mean, like the most impressive thing about it is just the progression of the team.
Yeah.
We're seeing the team perform night in and night out, and even though last night's game was like horrible to watch, it's kind of impressive in the sense that the team never gave up. Because they could have easily gone back to their old ways and been like, okay, we can't hit anything. Yeah. That's where body language starts to set in.
Because there was many times during this home stretch we could have folded.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, like you stated, like we beat teams that had injuries.
Yeah, this team
and
is-
that's
yeah.
not a thing.
Well, it's not an
I'll
excuse.
say this. Our team is good now, record wise. Like we
Right.
have respect.
Right.
But we were the team that even if they had injuries, we were gonna lose regardless because we're not we weren't a
just
good
weren't a
team.
good- yeah, we weren't
and
a good team.
That's a testament to coach. Like I've been
Coaching,
saying, man, like he's got this team motivated. He's got this team ready. He's got this team prepared.
The perfect coach for like this moment.
And I mean, like just being able to do this at home and take care of business at home says a lot about how serious this team takes winning at Toyota Center. Before there were issues about winning at home with multitude of stars. Like when Tracy was here, there were issues winning at home. We lost
Right.
playoff series at home. James Harden too. I mean, I'm not saying that he was perfect. I mean, he wasn't perfect, but outside of like 17, 18, 19 home records was like not the best.
Right. They
But
were okay.
this team is taking care of business, and that's the kind of thing that you need to start in terms of like the culture. So I'm in love with it, man, and I'm hoping that with the rest of the games this year until the calendar turns to 2024, we can finish the year with one home loss. That's insane.
Well, talk about the flip too. Think about it. Like people came into you touched on it, Will, earlier too. You said people came into Toyota Center knowing that okay, this is an auto dub. Now we've become almost like a torture chamber of sorts. Like it's reversed in less than a year, just a couple months of just like people are now like, oh shit, like oh god, we got to go to Toyota Center.
You can't rest your best player no more.
No, you can't rest your best player, and even then, and and then like
bring it
even
every
with your
game.
best players, like we've proven it. We've proven it. Like, yeah, injuries are one thing with Jamal Murray being out, but like, no, there's no excuse. When people, I find it funny that people say that. People are like, "Oh, Jamal Murray's out, so yeah, y'all handled him easily." I'm like, no, you still had the Finals MVP on the floor. a former MVP on the floor. Like, that's Nikola
Michael
Jokic.
Porter Jr.,
Michael Porter
KCP,
Jr.,
Aaron Gordon. Like, that's
more than serviceable.
Yeah.
These are good players.
Aaron
So, like,
Gordon has
if
played
you-
terribly.
Yeah.
against
If
us.
you
Like,
were to look
Doodle.
at like the 5 best players, even we played the Nuggets, the 5 best players, probably 3 or 4 of them were on the Nuggets.
Exactly.
Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So like, it
like
was,
overall, yeah, I agree.
Outside, the
100%.
only person that probably stands on that list is LP.
Yeah, that's what they
Right,
said.
right,
Sengun.
right.
That's
Like
it,
the
you know?
the one exception.
Yeah.
Okay, boys, you brought up something very important, by the way. So let's do this. Let's do a 10. We're on the 10-game win streak right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna list off these next couple of home games.
Okay.
I want y'all to say one word. You're either gonna say win or you're gonna say L. Okay.
Oh, all the
You're
way
gonna
to
let
the
me
end
know,
of
and we'll
December.
see. Let's see how far the Rockets can build this win streak. Let's just see. Okay, let's touch on it.
Yeah.
Okay. Memphis.
It's a win.
That's a
W.
win. I'm gonna be in the building tomorrow,
Okay.
so that's a win.
All right, cool. Now this all has to be like unanimous, by the way. I'm not moving. Okay, so the win
okay,
streak
okay,
has reached 11.
Okay.
Atlanta.
Win.
Well, don't we played them twice at home, right?
No,
it's
we got
on the
we got
road?
an away game.
It's a
against
home and
Atlanta,
home.
so
It's a home and home.
I thought it was a home and home, but
Okay.
so we got them away,
Okay.
and then we come back with the Hawks.
To Atlanta.
Yeah,
It's a
so
win.
Atlanta, W,
W.
W,
Yeah.
W.
W.
That's 12.
Mm-hmm.
Dallas.
They don't have Kyrie. Win.
Yeah, I forgot.
Oh,
Yeah.
Kyrie,
Okay,
you
yeah,
right.
yeah. Okay, I'm
Watch this
talking
bitch
that
ass
win.
comes back.
I mean, they
Talking
barely
Nah,
beat.
he's in like
They
a-
barely beat
He's in a
us
boot, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's
in
a boot.
Dallas.
Yeah.
They
He's
barely
not-
beat
they
us in
barely-
Dallas.
yeah.
Barely.
Yeah, and
Barely.
Kyrie was
So-
there that game, right?
Stony,
So-
Stony, you got
Are we
so
calling it?
lucky. Stony, you got so lucky, man.
Are we?
Yes,
Are we?
Stoney,
Yeah,
got
yeah,
you,
no,
bro.
yeah. Fuck Stoney.
Oh my
No,
God.
I'm kidding. I love you, Stoney. I love you. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. He's just as a Dallas fan. That's a Dallas fan. I'm kidding. I love Stoney. Okay, win.
Yeah, win.
I think we're gonna win.
All right.
It's gonna be a
Sorry.
hard fought battle with win.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, Stoney. 13. All right. Pacers. Ooh.
What's the date? What's the date?
Day after Christmas. Now, granted, we play New Orleans on Saturday, but then we have a couple days off, and then we return
Because
Tuesday.
Christmas is on a Monday
Right.
this year,
Yeah.
right?
But granted, y'all, we're at home. And we're at a 13-game home win streak here.
They've been
No
cooking.
one's
Because
confident.
look, Tyrese Halliburton
Yo,
has been playing out his mind,
Halliburton has
man.
volated himself
Yeah.
into a top
Yes.
5 player in the league.
I
Like,
think he's
I mean, in terms of like recent.
Yeah,
Right.
recent play.
I think he's the
best.
best player in the East. Well, not in the East, but the best point guard in the East, in my opinion.
Facts.
That's just my opinion.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, no,
100%.
100%.
And it's
'Cause
not like,
Trae Young been tripping.
Yeah.
right. No, hell no. Yeah, you're right. It's up to y'all because even if we
Because
get-
we're at
so
13 and
granted,
1.
if we
We're
get
13 and
past
1
Yeah,
at home
13
at
right.
that
So if
point.
we get past them, we have Phoenix on the horizon on a back-to-back.
Oh,
So most likely the win. No, wait, yo, hey, hold, wait. Comes in, no yeet. 26.
no.
Okay, so Pacers at home, and then we have a home. So most likely, do we think that the win streak would probably end between one of those two games?
Yeah.
Pacers we win, Suns we lose.
So we
they
extended
don't
to 14.
they don't play well when they get multiple days of rest. Because you said they have like 3 days.
Yeah.
Right.
Who the Pacers? Or
No, the Rockets.
The Rockets,
We don't,
yeah,
we don't,
tend
yeah,
to
that's
play
true.
We don't
better
play
on a
well.
Because
back-to-back.
Jalen plays better on a back-to-back.
yeah.
Fucking weird.
Yeah, we get out of rhythm.
Bizarre.
So the Pacers are playing their best basketball.
I don't care. I'm standing
we
on
don't play
business.
too well
But
at home.
granted though, however, if I can make a good counterpoint, they're coming straight out of Christmas, man. These guys are home with their families. They're kind of they turned it off for a little bit. Even if it's for one night.
Yeah.
Have dinner with the family, and then you got to circle and come back on the 26th. That would be the only reason that would like maybe throw Indiana off their rhythm, maybe. But even then, like, they're riding high right now. Like, they're gonna freaking surprise. They've been doing the in-season tournament. Okay, does it end at 13, or do we beat Indiana and extend to 14? It's a yes or no.
I beat Indiana.
Beat Indiana?
But lose against Phoenix. I'm saying that.
Beat Indiana.
Okay.
I'm
I think
standing on
We
business.
have to be
I
unanimous.
think-
I'm not
I think-
extending
I
the
think
win
we
streak
beat
if we can't
Indy.
do it.
It's gonna be a really close game.
Okay.
Phoenix, I think we lose, but it's gonna be really close.
Is it crazy? I feel more confident against Phoenix.
I mean, it's fair.
No, that's fair.
Durant
Cons-
might be.
considering
Durant
that
Yeah.
know,
Who
Like,
knows?
you
I feel
don't-
like
you don't
Durant's
know
a
who's gonna
coin
play.
flip.
I
feel like
mean,
Durant's a
and
coin
you know,
flip.
Bradley
Yeah.
Beal is
Right.
literally just coming back now.
They don't have much
and so
depth.
he's still gonna.
No, they don't have much
He's
depth.
still gonna try
Right.
to. That's also
But-
very true.
I think if we do beat Phoenix, it's gonna be based off the bench.
Do you think Nurkic is gonna affect LP?
Bro,
No.
Nurkic is about Sengun is about to do him something terrible.
Fair enough,
fair enough.
Sengun about to do something terrible to him.
Okay,
Nurkic, look,
but bottom line though. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying because we got Dylan, who's gonna take care of KD, Booker, is going to be the wild card. Booker's
That's fine. Yeah, Booker's gonna
be the wild
Booker's
card.
gonna do what Booker does. Like I'm not. I'm like it's like
I mean,
Jokic.
actually, we can even put Bari on KD and Dylan on Devin. You know,
I like that.
so I
I
mean,
like
that's
that.
definitely
I
something
think
that
that
can
might
be
be the
But they're
utilized.
like what's the Phoenix lineup? It's like Bill, Booker, KD. Is it Okogie and then Nurkic?
Probably Okogie. I don't remember.
Dude, it's just
It
those
shows how much we
three.
paid
It's just
attention
those
to the
three and a
whole
bunch
league.
of.
I'll say because KD didn't even play today.
That just got signed.
That's
and
true.
then journeyman Eric Gordon, former Rocket, off the
Oh, he
bench.
coming
Oh,
back.
shit.
What a-
So he's coming back. He's gonna drop 40.
The
I fully
revenge
expect
game.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah,
Revenge
damn it.
game.
Is it-
Yeah.
This is the
Okay.
first time we played him, right?
Right,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
What the F is so funny? If you know, you know. If you know, you know. So wait, okay. Because I'm kind of leaning towards where Will is. So we're obviously at a 50-50 split, which means I cannot move us past a 13-game win streak. So the win streak will end, as far as we know, at 13 games.
It'd be terrible if we lose to the Grizzlies tomorrow. Like,
God, that would kill me.
Knock on
Will
wood. knock on-
spoken into the
knock on
universe.
wood, man.
You're
Knock on
going
wood.
to the game tomorrow.
I'm going. That would be awful.
Damn.
I'm gonna text Will after, like, Will, you better not show your ass back at Toyota Center anymore. No, I'm kidding. No, we're in a good spot. So okay, so we're all in agreement. 13 games, probably around the nice cushion of where, like, and then if the win streak ends, the win streak ends, and if it keeps going, if we can come out of that back to back and go 15-0, I don't know when the next time we lose, like, legitimately, because then you got. You got the Sixers at home. You got the Sixers at home, so you got, and then you got the Pistons.
I'm about to
That's
say,
a
wait,
dub.
the Pistons is away or home? That's
That's
game.
home.
Pistons at home. That's
Yeah.
the New Year's.
Yeah, we actually have a
New
nice
Year's game.
little foot of 7 game homestand.
I'm not gonna lie, that
So-
Sixers game, I'm not worried. I know Tyrese been playing out his mind and B, but I'm not worried. I
Okay.
think that's the one game
Fair
I'm not
point,
worried.
fair point.
I'm not worried, but
Alright.
they're still a good team.
Yeah, fair point. Okay, boys, let's talk about it right now. Dog of the quarter. Will, I'm gonna get you up to speed on this. We call our DAWG Dog, aka our MVP so far. Look, we are a quarter of the way through the season, boys. 20 games into the season, 82 games. So a quarter of the season has already played through. So let's go with our dog of the quarter, aka our MVP of the quarter. I've given y'all time to think about it from the beginning of the show up until now. So let's talk about it. Who is the dog of the quarter? Will, you're a very special guest. I'm going to start with you. Who is, in your opinion, so far, the first totality, the 20 games of the season, who is the dog of the quarter?
I feel like everybody's gonna say Alperen Sengun because I think he's been the best player on the team. So I like to be different.
Here we go.
I like to do things a little
Start
differently.
some shit.
So,
Let's go.
I'm gonna say Ime Udoka. He's not a player.
Oh man,
That took my fucking answer.
okay.
No,
See,
we can
that's
go with that. No,
All
that's
right,
kind
well,
of
I guess
that's
I wasn't
Yeah.
gonna be as different as I thought I was.
Yeah.
He's earned dog of the week like multiple times. He's a
Okay.
multi-time winner.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah. I was gonna go Ime. I think that like I said, I think Sengun's been the best on-court player for the team. I think I said earlier, if he struggles offensively, the whole team is gonna struggle offensively.
Yeah.
He's like 60-70% of our offense right now. So I thought he's doing a really good job. I think Fred VanVleet, I have my qualms with him, but I think he's done a really good job of stabilizing the offense, getting guys their shots. I think that Dylan Brooks surprised the heck out of me. I didn't think he was going to be.
I think he surprised everybody. Dude.
Hell
I
yeah.
was-
Not me though.
Not me.
I believe it.
shooting wise.
Shooting,
Okay,
Shooting wise.
okay,
Yeah,
shooting-wise,
not
yes,
even
shooting-wise,
just
okay.
like shooting wise, like with the
Right.
efficiency, but just like the mentality. I thought he was going to come here and like think that he was like the
guy.
MVP. Yeah, you know. So
Well, be the man that the $80 million contract
Yes,
says,
I mean,
right?
because
Which is fair.
he had those moments in Memphis where I'm like, man, this guy is shooting his team out the game. But yeah, he hasn't really done that to us this year. But yeah, I'm gonna go Ime. I think that the entirety of the ship is pulled together, and he's the guy who puts us in these positions. I think the reason that Dylan Brooks doesn't come to Houston and shot Chuck the way that he did in Memphis, that shot him out of games, I think that's because of Ime. I think that the reason that that Sengun obviously wasn't necessarily put in the best position to succeed defensively in the past. I think one of the reasons he's in that position now is because Ime was like, hey, let's stop playing this guy in deep drop every time. Like, he's capable of playing at the level of the screen. He can move his feet laterally. I thought that the scheme they've been running recently, where they have Sengun guarding the non-shooter of the opposing team, and then having Jabari guard the big. I think
No matter what position, I like that.
I would say because
I like
he
that too.
guarded Josh Giddey against OKC, and then he guarded was it Sohan last night?
Sohan last night,
and it's been working. Like, that's one of the reasons why our defense looks so good. I think that so I think just having the whole team on the same page defensively, as that's from Udoka, that's something he said he wanted to come through from day one, and he wanted to emphasize that this is going to be a defense first team. That's I think one of the biggest reasons that, and like emphasizing ball movement.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the biggest reasons why we turned down James Harden. And, it's
absolutely
probably a better player than Fred, but like in terms of what this team's goals were and what they wanted, how they wanted to their identity to be this season, I think that Fred more fit that description, and that's what Ime wanted us to play, and we've been playing that way. We've been moving the basketball. It's been very selfless. I don't really see anybody out there playing for individual stats or individual accolades. And then like Ime talked, or not even talked about, but I don't know if y'all saw that Jason Tatum soundbite clip that came out the other day where he was talking about Ime doesn't get punked. You know what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't care. He doesn't care who you are.
We saw what he said to LeBron.
Yeah, so like to LeBron, I think just when you're a head coach has that, like, I don't care. LeBron's at worst second best. I think it's the best player of all time. But he's at worst.
Fair argument.
He's the worst, the second best player of all time. Right? He's been. The NBA has been LeBron for about 2 decades now, right? And Udoka's like, I don't care.
That's why I was
I don't care.
Well, I said this in a past episode where I was like, Ime's the type of coach you just drop him in any era and he doesn't get punked. Like, you drop him in 90s against Jordan, Jordan ain't gonna punk him.
He don't care.
You drop him in early 2000s with Kobe ain't gonna punk him. Larry Bird, Magic Johnson in the 80s, no. Like, there's just
it's a mentality. You can't teach that.
Udoka's a dog.
You cannot teach mentality.
And I think that mentality is like contagious with the group. Especially when you have a guy like Dillon Brooks who cut from that same cloth. Like, I think that's kind of been the mentality that's spread into our team. Like I said, we went to Denver, a team that's, in my opinion, the best team in the NBA. They've been rolling. We didn't look scared at all. Like, the only time I think we even somewhat looked intimidated this season was against the size of Wemby last night. But other than that, I think we've come into every game like, all right, y'all got the MVP, y'all got this guy, y'all got that guy. Who cares? Like,
we still won last night. So
we still won. So
all right, so we got one vote for Ime Udoka as Dog of the Quarter. Big Dog, over to you now.
I got 2.
Oh, okay.
Go
ahead.
One, obviously, Sengun. I keep sounding like a broken record, but dude, like, people have really like didn't expect him to be performing like this. I mean, you got him in All-Star talks. He's been playing amazing. Like, what was that? 20, like 8 and 5, 8 and 6.
Yeah, he'll make it.
Yeah,
he'll make it. This
year.
I
need him in that game.
Yeah.
I need him in that game, but to get that what's the word?
Recognition.
Honor? Recognition. There you go.
Yeah.
Recognition, and that All-Star jersey gonna look nice too.
I mean,
we do got to get the Sengun All-Star jersey.
I didn't need that.
That's fire.
I didn't think about that.
Oh God.
Another one out of your collection.
Yeah. But if you go back to preseason, he obviously didn't have the best preseason, but it's just preseason, and everybody was like, "Hey, we need to have a conversation about shit." I'm like, "No, we don't. It's preseason. Relax." Guess what? First game out the gate, doing good. Second game out the gate, drops 23 and 15. And I mean, the stretch of 20-point games he has, him going against his idol Nikola Jokic, and standing his ground. Back then, like, we like, okay, yeah, he's doing good, but like, Jokic is still getting his, But this year, he's making Jokic work. Jokic is what, a two-time MVP, a Finals MVP, a champion, right?
Yeah.
Nah, making him work. Jokic, like, the last match between them,
yeah,
like last match between them, Jokic was inefficient.
He put up like 30 shots.
Yeah,
I mean,
30
that's
shots.
that
like,
Allen Iverson, Kobe Bryant type of
Yeah, it was like
line,
23 or 24 points on 26 shots.
Very
That's
inefficient.
not the move. Yeah.
But yeah, like, it's him being willing to like buy into the defense, him knowing, hey, I need to take that leap. I need to show these cats, hey, I'm that guy. Hey, I might be from Turkey, but hey, Turkey can produce some dogs. So shout out to Sengun, man. I'm really hoping he'll be an All-Star this year. And then the second, most importantly, the vets.
So we're coupling them. Okay.
Like,
so who? Yeah, name them all. Name all the vets.
Fred, Dillon, Jeff Green. I'll put Boban in there too for some reason.
Boban for locker room,
Aaron Holiday.
Yeah.
Just the vets we signed in the offseason, who we brought in, is what we needed in the locker room, because we have a lot of young guys: Jabari, Sengun, Jalen, Tari. especially Almond and Kim, who who we just drafted. We needed some adult. We needed adults in the locker room. We didn't have that. Reports came out saying, "Hey, these kids were playing around in practice. The kids were like, they weren't taking stuff seriously. Silas would just let them do anything they want." Yeah. But no, we got these vets and we got these adults. And hey, get on your P's and Q's, man. We're here to work. I don't need you BSing around. Like, even during games, like during timeouts, like you see Fred talking to Sengun or Tari or Jalen, and then you see it was I think it was a Nuggets game. DB was talking to Jalen. And I don't know what happened between them, but they were like communicating. That's what I want to see, like with these kids, and especially as they get older and progress through their careers. I need them to be more mature, and know like the game, know like, hey, I like the next generation comes in, they know what to tell these guys, because Fred or Dylan or Aaron or whoever, Jeff, whoever told them what to do. So that's why I say like the vets, man. They're a key part. Like we say, Ime, the coaching staff. Nah, I gotta give a shout out to these vets that they brought in, man, because they've been doing their thing, and I love it. I love it.
I like it. No, I appreciate it. Oh, that's okay. So we got Ime for Will, Alperen Sengun for DJ, and all the vets.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Not Jock Longdale.
No,
let's not start. No,
get out, Josh. I can't wait till we trade you for Andre Drummond, man.
It's coming.
It's coming.
GM, over to you.
I'll play.
Dog of the quarter.
Man, I'm gonna have to give it to the whole coaching staff, man. I mean,
granted,
Ime Udoka has been the guy. He's the face. He's the culture. So I would call it Ime culture, right? But we still got to give shout outs to one Ben Sullivan, the shooting wizard. We've seen improvements in shooting from everybody outside of Jalen. I love my guy. I do, but keep
your thoughts to yourself. I mean, this isn't the episode. I'm telling you, we're gonna discuss this in a future episode. I promise you, we're not avoiding it.
And I'm still the Jalen guy. But if we're gonna talk about the overall team, everyone has improved in terms of shooting. Alp has been given the green light to shoot threes, and he's shooting it at a decent clip. Tari Eason was not very efficient in the past in terms of shooting threes. The man is hitting corner threes like he's PJ Tucker. Aaron Holiday, I mean, I didn't really watch him prior to joining Houston, but the man is shooting lights out. I just know that he's Drew Holiday's brother.
He was all right.
Was he on the Pacers?
Yeah, he was. With his
I knew he existed.
Yeah, I knew he existed.
He was a brother of
Drew.
Yeah,
I didn't know
exactly.
Sorry.
Like I said, he was all right.
But Justin Holiday is like the more famous brother, so I didn't.
Yeah. Aaron is like the forgotten one.
Yeah.
But also one name that definitely needs to be mentioned in terms of shooting is Dylan Brooks. The man is shooting 40%.
Yeah,
totally
he's actually
in totality from
right now,
three. So I mean, the man has not shot the ball well the last few years in Memphis.
Right.
But after 20 games and shooting 40%, that isn't just a trend. That's consistency. That's a quarter of the season to ask, especially when you're guarding the best perimeter player on the floor and even having to switch and play the post. We see how physical he is in the post as well. This man puts in a lot of energy on the defensive end, and to still hit threes at that kind of clip, especially in the fourth quarter, is extremely impressive. Right. Shout out to Ben Sullivan for all of that. And, let's give a shout out for former Spur Thiago Splitter, Thiago Splitter, he's the big coach. And to be working with Alp day in and day out, we can see, Thiago was definitely not a star, but he was someone that understood the nitty-grittiness. He played alongside of a guy like a Tim Duncan. He deserves that respect.
He was a pivotal part of that.
Exactly. So he understands what it's like to play through a big.
Pretty much.
But we got to give the coaching staff their shout out, man, and their flowers. But I mean, of course, like DJ said, Sengun. I got to give.
So wait, who's your dog though?
My dog is the coaching staff.
Okay.
Coaching staff. But I'm going to give honorary mention to Alp.
Okay.
I'm going to give honorary mention to Alp because he's been playing like an all-star. We've all said it. We did not expect him to play this well coming out of the year. And let me tell you, man, I've been impressed day in and day out. But if we're going to go at the end of the day, it's got to be the coaching staff. This whole team itself has improved. It wasn't for them. If it wasn't for these guys being here, this team will not have an 11-9 record.
You forgot one name on the
coaching staff.
No, not when you were talking about Ben Sullivan with the shooting. Oh. Yeah, Min Thompson.
Oh yeah,
I talked about it
on
my show.
Yeah,
there is a I don't know if y'all have seen it. There's a clip that came out, or was it not a clip? It's like a 30-40 minute. I think you might have seen it, DJ. Yeah. That came out this summer, and it's
shooting.
It's him working out with Kevin Ollie and OT. And I remember me and Brad were recording an episode when it dropped, and so I'm like, oh, this is content. Let me go look at it. Let me see what's I want to watch more content on the guy we're about to draft. I don't know if we had drafted him yet or if
No, we drafted.
Okay, so I
We
think we already drafted.
Yeah, so it's good
Bro,
content.
when the first like 5 minutes of that, I was like, this can never see the day of light because his form is it's terrible. He was missing like floaters. He was missing layups, free like whatever it was, and it was like bad. And I'm like, I'm not even gonna tweet this out. I'm not gonna tell nobody this exists. Like I'm gonna put this in the file and hope that no one ever like looks at this. This is bad. His form isn't perfect now, but like
it's mechanical
it's so
and
much
it's
better.
fluid.
It's so fluid. I don't know if y'all watched him in the G League, but he's taking the mid-range pull-ups now, and he's making them.
That's what he needs. That's what he needs to do. Because that's the shot he's gonna get.
I mean, right now, like the stats doesn't show it, and like people are gonna look at it like, oh, Will, you're just saying anything. Yeah, whatever. Watch the games, man. Like if you go watch the G League games, like you said, like he's doing step back minis. Like I think he took a 3, and I'm like, please go in. Went in. Like
I think he was like 2 or 3 from 3.
Because I mean, once he starts to establish his confidence shooting wise, like that's when everything's just gonna explode. Once a man is just gonna be like, once he is able to dominate the ball like he can, and be given the keys with the bench, like the way that we know he's capable of, everything's gonna change for this team, and that's when the team vaults and goes up to the next level. And if his shot is going down like we saw in the preseason when he was hitting threes, then
good luck.
The league is cooked.
Good luck to everybody else.
The league is cooked.
Yeah, the league is cooked. 100%.
That's why it's like good to like have him back now, so we can see like how it looks. With everything together.
Yep.
Like
exactly.
Like,
I agree.
I guess whoever gets less minutes are well, but hey, like I want to see what this team looks like when everybody's
all
healthy. Everybody's like on their P's and Q's.
Yep.
Like I like the potential of this team this season, man. Play in, play off, it doesn't matter, man. I just want to see this team win.
I love it too. No, we absolutely are in there. My dog of the quarter, I gotta give it to 2 people. Obviously, let's split it down the middle. One, Alperen Sengun, first and foremost. It's obvious, guys. Look, the way that he's operated in the season has been more than incredible. I've talked about it endlessly on this show. The drive that he has, he bought into Ime's system, his culture. He's fully processed now, and that improvement on defense. Like I always said this, I was like, I knew what he could bring on the offense. He's a wizard. Like we knew this. Like nothing changes there. More encouraged to take the 3-point shot, which is great. It expands his game, and then 2, the ability to commit more on defense. And I think once I noticed that he was starting to commit, hustle more, do a little bit more of the intangibles, then I knew I was like, okay, cool. He's going to be one of the best centers in the game. Like once he bought into that, I knew we definitely had something to work with. So for me, it obviously has to be Alperen Sengun, point number 1. And 2, come on, y'all, get your shit together. Jabari Smith Jr.
Jabari been hooping.
Yeah, he's been hooping.
Is a dog.
He's been cooking. He's been cooking.
Yeah, he's been dog of the quarter outside of the first 3 games, which we're not going to mention. But
it didn't exist.
Yeah, it didn't exist. The game started. Yeah, I don't know about y'all,
didn't
but
happen.
There's
What
20
you mean?
games in the season, and Jabari's played 16 or 17 of those games. So I don't know what we're talking about. So, but I mean, obviously, look, outside of those first couple games, but however, like the way that it's funny too that the way that Jabari's kind of like, and I've compared it. I think the last episode, a couple episodes ago, it's not to the same latitude as a Shane Battier, but it's almost as if like you're playing with like T-Mac and Yao and Ron Artest, and you're playing with all these stars, and then you have all these players that get mentioned, and Jabari always kind of falls by the wayside, but he's shooting the ball consistently. Over the last like 15 to 17 some odd games. And he's brought it both on the offense and defensive side of the floor. The lateral quickness on the beginning of the season was you were kind of like, God, what happened to you, dude? Like you took yoga. Like you're supposed to be quicker laterally. But he's improved upon that. He's gotten better. And I think I think he deserves his flowers for this one because we're talking dog of the quarter for consistency.
I respect it.
And I think that these 2 probably have been the most consistent. Dylan obviously as well, but I need my man to stay on the court a little bit longer. I mean, which has been better. It's been better now. The 3-game win streak, he's actually been staying on the court, which I'm so proud. I'm so proud of him that the refs are finally starting to veer away from it because I really feel like half of those fouls are reputation based.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So, all right, boys, let's get ready to go home here. But before we do, however, I do want to discuss something that is of utter importance. Celebrity Mint is a family-owned and Houston-based company that we are all proud to call a part of the Apollo family. They are debuting their new sports memorabilia Mike Tyson Legends series made of silver and gold. Will is a proudly holding that up right now one time for the people. The Iron Mike Tyson and Ric Flair Legend Series collection can be found right now on celebritymint.com. Be sure to give them a follow on all their socials at the Celebrity Mint. Go check them out right now. Ric Flair Legend Series. DJ didn't woo.
Woo!
Very high pitch. I
My
didn't
bad,
expect
my
that.
bad.
No,
My
you're
bad.
good. You're my wrestling guy. I expect you to fully get it. All right, boys. Let's get ready to go home here one time. Look, Will, it's an honor to have you back on the show. Look at you go. In studio, in person, loud, live, and in color. It's great.
Yeah, I'm glad to be back, man. I told me I can give me any time. I'll be there.
So let's get it going. All right, I appreciate the big dog, as always.
Yeah.
Our third host.
Yeah.
Anytime we're in studio.
Always. Yeah.
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 And of course to my brother, the GM. GM, give the people what they want one time as we get ready to go home here.
Oh, yeah. Make sure to follow me on Twitter at JP_Marabueno. Make sure to follow the podcast over on Twitter and TikTok at Summit, SOMPOD. On Instagram at Summit State of Mind _POD. Make sure to follow our people, our group, our brothers at Apollo NBA and at Apollo HOU. If you guys got time, make sure to listen and pop into the Apollo NBA podcast, Zero Gravity, with our boy Stoney and our famous beat writer, Josh, who
Writes
does
all
the
the
What Did We
articles.
Learn Today about the Rockets?
Shout out to Josh, man.
And
The real MVP.
the
Real
real
MVP.
MVP. True.
The real dog in the corner.
Putting pen to paper.
He
The
had
real
to-
dog in the
He had to
corner.
write about that monstrosity
Yeah,
last
man.
night, man. Shout
Oh,
out to
man.
him.
Poor guy. And then our NFL podcast, Play Action Takes, hosted by Stoney, Noah, and Garrett. Make sure to pop that in over on YouTube and subscribe to us. Super kick that subscribe button at Apollo HOU. And, yeah. I think
Good stuff,
that's
yeah.
it. That's
that was
it,
well
yeah.
done. Yeah, that was well
Yeah.
done. All right, you can also follow me on Twitter at Summit Commish. Follow DJ on Twitter at Hustletown SZN. Of course, follow our very special guest at Bias Houston. That's right, Will. I mean, if you don't know him, I mean. But for our international listener, we've had a lot of shout outs to our Turkey listeners that are coming in. If you have a Twitter, follow all of us, which I know all y'all follow us, but follow Will at Bias Houston. So, and also shout outs to the Brad and Will show, obviously, for always killing the game. Is there anything else you want to plug in?
Oh no, that's
Did
Brad and Will show.
I get the plugs?
Yeah, that was it. That was
Sweet.
That was good.
You like that?
Yeah, that was great.
I know my shit. I've been Boys of Wolf for a minute now. We all have. All right, so you can, like I said, you can follow me as well at Summit Commish. Shout out to our Apollo podcast brethren that continue to kill the game. The Crown Jewel of Astros podcast, BTD, Beyond the Diamond. Be sure to give them your first listen for all Astros content. Shout outs to Off the Gridiron, Apollo Texans. CJ Stroud is very much him. Hopefully he's back this Sunday. Be sure to give them your first listen for all Houston Texans content. And we appreciate each and every one of y'all for making us your first listen for all Houston Rockets content. Boys, let's get ready to go home here. Got Memphis on tap tomorrow. We got some big games coming up here. Let's keep that win streak going, 11-9. Let's keep pulling it up. And let's end this episode as I end every episode. Oh my gosh, can't even get that word out. With a Go Summit, Go Apollo, and that's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
And always-
6, 7, 8, 9, 10
Yay.
game win streak for the Rockets.
Yay.
You always have to bypass my
Oh,
exit.
I'm sorry. My bad.
DJ always has to like.
My
DJ
man he's just excited.
I see.
He's excited.
They,
He's
they,
Yeet's
tried,
back.
they tried to
Premature-
kill Yeet, man.
Yeet's
I
back.
know you premature utilization over
I'm
here,
sorry.
bro.
I'm
Come on now. You like that? You like
My
that?
bad, my bad.
All right, so let's go Rockets. Say it.
Yeet.